Okay, okay, Joseph Beaton, etc. Metaphysics from September 8, 2025. Learn from experience. At age 36, I tried to publish a long proof of God. It was influenced by Spinoza's long geometrical proof in the Ethics. I tried to give a better foundation to his system, since for him everything existed as modes and the attributes of God or infinite substance. I was wrong about one thing. God did have emotions for Spinoza, though he argued that we must love God and he cannot love us in return, which, as I said before, I met obstacles among experts in philosophy, but today I understand that there were two trends of philosophy in the 20th century. Philosophy split into two: analytic philosophy and continental philosophy. And analytic philosophy was dominant, but they rejected all metaphysics. They gave little attention to continental philosophy. They held it to be a confusion of language or too ambiguous, etc. Uh, September 10, 2025. I can understand why 20th century philosophy has split into two trends. It may be partly since analytic philosophers reject metaphysics and continental philosophers who have Hegel heavily in the background try to develop a system of metaphysics, like Hegel trying to go beyond Kant's powerful critiques of metaphysics. September 10, 2025. I can understand why 20th century has split into two trends. It may be partly since analytic philosophers reject metaphysics and continental philosophers who have Hegel heavily in the background try to develop a system of metaphysics, like Hegel trying to go beyond Kant's powerful critiques of metaphysics. And it also because there are too many great philosophers, so it has become necessary to specialize. It can be overwhelming. No wonder why even most continental philosophers have no time for ancient and medieval philosophy. It is commonly said that the medieval age was simply the unproductive Middle Ages. On the contrary, I think they had made many contributions to metaphysics, which is really the queen of the sciences, or the key of part of philosophy. Maybe the modern age was the Middle Ages. Even Hegel may have failed to meet the challenge of Kant. September 11, 2025. My theory. Wait a minute. Maybe there are two trends in philosophy, since many philosophers follow the lines of great philosopher Kant. Uh, Many consider him to be the greatest modern philosopher. He created a complicated intellectual system and rejected metaphysics. So I have analytic philosophy in the 20th century. And many philosophers followed the great philosopher Hegel, who tried to be a savior of metaphysics, so have continental philosophy. Professor Cahoon said that Hegel created the last great system in philosophy and that he had an enormous influence. Maybe it is like there were two trends in philosophy in ancient and medieval age: those who followed Plato and those who followed Aristotle. They are considered the greatest two philosophers of antiquity. Both of them were Greek.